This is a 4-speed Fiat transmission, 124 Fiat. I'm going to be mounting an electric motor to it, so I'm preparing it for it, and I'm putting in a clutch and a flywheel and everything. So here's the insides of it. There's an arm here, pulls the clutch throwout bearing up, so make sure that's all good before you start. It's a lot easier to work on if you have it all upright as you put in all the things. Here's the clutch diaphragm and the springs. Here's where the clutch throwout bearing goes to and pushes the clutch disc in there open. Make sure that that's all centered. The spline, where the spline's going to fit in, the spline right here. They have little tools you can use to make sure that spline is centered. There's a bearing way back in there too that the tip of this shaft fits onto. And here's the modification I made to it. I put some 1-inch thick plastic there, and I have steel bolts here. I got it so when it spins you can't even see any deflection or movement on the rim, and it spins perfect. Okay. Put a little bit of lubricant on that shaft so you can take it out again afterwards easily. Okay, so this fits right in here. I have it in neutral now. Make sure it's in there good. Okay, I got it there pretty secure. Now I made this out of 3/4 inch HMD plastic. That's what it's called. I drilled these holes out for 1/2 inch. Just kind of secure that. I have some 24-hour JB weld around the threads where the bearing's going to fit. Here's the bearing inside 4 layers of 1/4 inch bulletproof polycarbonate plastic. This side here, it pushes out going this way. It won't push out going that way because it's a narrower hole here, and this fits right in with the rim. So it wants to go like this, and that's going to bolt to this plate I put on. Okay, now you put a nut on here. Put it right up to the face of the bearing, but not really tight. Fairly tight. So there's no free play, but not so tight that you're going to be squeezing too hard on the bearing. So put that bearing on. Put some of this Loctite thread locker on there. Not going to do that now. And then bring the other bearing to it, and then tighten these 2 bearings. Hold this one steady with a wrench. Tighten this one into that one so the nuts tighten themselves together. It's called double nutting. Okay. Now we'll put the other bearing on here, top of this. Here's the other bearing that's going to go on top. Now this one, you can't push this one this way, the shaft this way. On this one, you don't want to push the shaft this way, so this is a 1/4 inch of this polycarbonate that prevents the shaft, or the bearing, from coming out this way. So put this one on there like this, and then that goes right face to that other one. Now this is going to be filled with some more plastic, so it's real solid. Okay, now here's that one bearing, and I put a thin piece of plastic, a little bit thicker, it's polycarbonate, and then a big piece, so that's what's filling in there. And you want to have that nut right there, you know, just maybe be a little bit tight. This is recessed a little tiny bit here too, so this comes out just right with all those layers of plastic in between. Now I'm going to be putting bolts through these drilling holes, and I'm going to mount this to the this plate right here. And then there'll be some bearings, some nuts here too. And then this is going to be chopped about here with some slots in it for keyways, and this is going to be connected to the actual electric motor. So I'm created kind of a stub axle with a flywheel here.